Which brings me to the very next point, which is think of this as an opportunity. Have you ever wished that you had a different job? Have you ever had a desire to explore another company, another industry, go back to school? If any of these things have any pertinence to you, like you've thought about these things and you've just never taken action on them before for whatever reason, look at it like God is giving you the super big nudge, right? Like this is the universe, this is God, this whatever you believe in, this is that thing telling you it's time to change your life and the opportunity has presented itself. Hi everyone, it's Tina with Picture It Personal Finance, where I ask you to picture your goal, plan to achieve it, and enjoy your success. Today I want to talk about what to do if you have been laid off or if you have been recently given notice that you'll be laid off soon. This is a tremendously difficult message to hear, and I feel for anyone who has recently been given this sort of notice. I know that displacements are rife with emotional strain along with the stress that would come about from fear and anxiety of losing a position because of income and also losing a position because you've been with an organization for a very long time. Even with me choosing to leave my corporate job, I suffered a bit of an identity crisis. I went through a period of feeling like I was on vacation where it truly didn't sink in that I was no longer employed with my prior company. And then I moved into a sheer confusion over who I really was because I had described myself as being the person who did middle management for this major company and led a team of senior engineers for so long that when people asked me, what do I do or who am I literally was at a loss for words. So on top of the emotional strain of not knowing where your future income will be coming from, you also have the strain of dealing with that identity crisis. And for that, my heart really goes out to you because I've dealt with it firsthand and I understand the confusion that it brings. The most important thing that I have to tell people is that they need to breathe and take a step back and keep themselves busy. When it comes to coping with fear and anxiety, the best thing that you can do is take action, whether that be action to educate yourself or whether that be action to clean up your finances or even just getting things done around the house. It is hugely cathartic to take action on something, and it is hugely helpful to work with your hands. The number 2 bit of advice that I want to give is to have an emergency budget. So frequently people talk about emergency savings accounts, and when it comes to having uncertainty for your current income or future income, it is important to marry that emergency savings with an emergency budget. I have done a video on this and I will link it into this video for you. But the general idea is to have a clear understanding of what are your wants and what are your needs. And if you can eliminate as many wants as possible from your budget, you will be able to extend the money that you have and the income that you have now so that it lasts for longer. So essentially you're getting more bang for your buck by really refining your budget and getting it as streamlined as possible for what's palatable to your current needs and to your current lifestyle. As you're refining that budget, you will come across all of your current creditors. If you are currently in a debt situation, my bullet or recommendation number 3 is to have a list of all of your creditors. You need to know who your creditors are, make a list of how to contact them, and begin calling them. Be proactive in this exchange of information. Let them know that you are currently employed, but you'll be unemployed in 1 month or in 2 months' time, whatever the time frame for your displacement is. In having a proactive conversation with those creditors, you may find that you're able to get yourself a reduced or modified payment, or at least make them aware that you recognize your obligations and you have every intention to pay, but you want it to be well known that if something does go sideways for you and you are unable to make all of your payments, that they are a payment that may get put off. Not that you want to have it go to collections or to neglect that payment in the future, but you are being forthright and candid about the situation you're in. And in having that conversation proactively, you are not a victim. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a proponent for yourself. There's a lot of power and authority in that. Every time you contact somebody whom you owe money to and you inform them that you'll be delayed or unable to make a payment, make sure that you capture when you called, who you spoke with, and what was the results of that conversation. If there are any follow-up activities, make sure you capture that as well and you stay on the ball with it. If at all possible, call back on a monthly basis so that you can give recurring updates. If it's something where the creditor is dissatisfied and is, giving you attitude about it, even call back weekly and let them know. Don't give them access to your bank accounts if you're afraid that they're going to make a full withdrawal of whatever balance you owe. Be conscientious of that so that you can protect the resources that you do have. But just make sure that you are actively pursuing those conversations and those protective measures so that you are not given any additional surprises for yourself or for them. The number 4 tip that I want to give people is to research unemployment. If you are lucky enough to receive severance, then unemployment typically will not go into effect until after your severance period has ended. Therefore, for many people, you'll get, 1 month of notice in office, and then you'll have severance that'll kick in anywhere from 8 weeks up to multiple months. And then after that severance ends, you'll be entitled to unemployment. When you are researching unemployment, you should be aware that different states have different guidelines. Because of the CARES Act and all of the implications of coronavirus, many states have extended their unemployment to 26 weeks. So there's a good chance that you will have 26 weeks of unemployment available to you. And this should give you comfort because this will represent some income for an extended duration of time between your notice period, your severance, and unemployment. And this gives you ample opportunity to make a plan. Which brings me to the very next point, which is think of this as an opportunity. Have you ever wished that you had a different job? Have you ever had a desire to explore another company, another industry, go back to school? If any of these things have any pertinence to you, like you've thought about these things and you've just never taken action on them before for whatever reason, look at it like God is giving you the super big nudge, right? Like this is the universe, this is God, this whatever you believe in, this is that thing telling you it's time to change your life and the opportunity has presented itself. It reminds me of a cartoon that I saw years and years ago, like a little bird that wouldn't get out of the nest and then it got really pushed out of the nest. So look at it like you've been pushed out of the nest and this is your opportunity to pursue a life more in alignment with what you really want for yourself. As you're doing this, I really encourage a specific book to help you figure out what it is that you want. I'm going to grab it. I said it around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Pardon my reach. This book is called What Color is Your Parachute? It comes out, I think, with annual editions or frequent editions. It's by Richard N. Bowles. This is what it looks like. This book was recommended to me a long time ago. I had read snippets of the book and found free online content to help me set some goals many years ago. And then a couple of years ago, when the company I was previously with started speaking about displacements, I thought, you know what, I should really get a copy of this book. And I was so happy that I did. It is chock full with all sorts of meaningful information to help you understand what your interests are, what your desires are for the type of company you want to work with, for your physical environment, for the places you want to live, some of the limitations that you specifically want to set for yourself in terms of finding a new position or opportunity. Like, are you willing to move? Are you willing to change industries? Are you willing to go back to school? I think there are a multitude of recruiters who also really recommend this book because it is so helpful in understanding what it is that you really want out of your career. I truly believe that we are all meant to work. It's something that's sort of ingrained in every one of us, that we have a desire to achieve and to fulfill ambitions. And this book can really help highlight for you what are the qualities of your work experience that would be the most meaningful to you. So strongly encourage it. Check it out on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box below. so that you can at least go read the reviews and see who else agrees with me on this book being positively fabulous. And then I also, once you have done that, that takes me into my last point that I wanted to make, or my last recommendation, which is to update your social media, and update your resume. Once you know where it is you want to go and what it is you want to do, reach out to your network. Now more than ever, we are so well interconnected and opportunities present themselves all the time. It could be that your buddy's neighbor's friend is looking for an opportunity or seeking some help in their company, and you just happen to have that exact skill set. Don't be shy about posting on social media that you're looking for new opportunities and the type of skills or the type of industries that you're interested in. People want to find great help. They want to find great resources. I just, through happenstance myself, came into a new client, a new prospect who is very likely to convert to a client in January by my husband talking with somebody at a campfire. This happens all the time. This is how the beautiful wonder of our world unfolds. And so if you are looking for an opportunity and you have any clarity around what it is you're looking for, put it out there so that people can help you. There's a saying by Rumi, which is, that which you seek is seeking you. And I love that quote because I think it's true. We are like magnetized and we will draw to us those things that we really want. And you have to be clear about what you want and you have to express it to others so that it can find you. Anyway, I know that goes into a little bit of woo-woo territory for a few folks, but I truly believe that that is true, and I hope that you will put it to use because there's so much power in leveraging your network. As a matter of fact, so many people will say all the time, your network is your net worth, and I don't think that's because, you'll get money out of these people. I think it's because they will always provide you with the pathways to the great opportunities in life that will ultimately compensate you. And here's a bonus tip for all of you who are really upset because of your age and feeling like you can't possibly start over at 40 or 50 or even 60 for that matter. I want to highlight this because I have several friends I know who are in their 40s and they're very concerned about starting over at 40, and I have a few comments I want to say about that. Firstly, if you use myself as an example, I was 22 when I got my first sort of real job after college. I was 40 when I left corporate. That's 18 years. If I work until I'm 65, that's 25 years from when I left corporate. I would actually have more time in this quote unquote second career than I had in my first career. So to feel that there's not enough time or I'm starting too late, it would be foolish in my thinking because I actually have more time going forward than I had prior to or behind me. In addition to that, I would highlight that I have all the wisdom from my prior year's experience, and so do you. It took me 8 years to go from making, I want to say, $30,000 at my very first job at corporate to making $100,000 or having a six-figure income. I fully expect that I'll be able to hit six-figure income in my own small business within 3 years of opening up shop. With this in mind, I have such confidence because I have all of the experience. I know so much more and I have so much more wisdom on how to serve people more quickly, how to serve people with greater clarity, and how to refine my actions and my goals so that they are bringing value to myself and to others as quickly as possible. You have all of these capabilities too. So your age and your history of experience only have set the stage for you to do it all again and to do it all again much more quickly than you did it the first time around. So just remember, if you are worried about starting over at this phase in your life, just know that you have many productive years still ahead of you, that it is not uncommon for many people to have 2 or 3 careers within their life, and that with every single one of those career shifts, their trajectory to success is exponentially faster than it was the first go round because they have a wealth of experience and wisdom that they can lean on to make those goals happen faster. So while my heart goes out to you, I also just am infused with such excitement for you, and I hope that you can see the excitement in these opportunities as well. As long as you can streamline and get your emergency budget in place, the sky is the limit for what you will do next. And that emergency budget is a temporary thing. So again, I am so excited for you, and I know that just amazing things are in store. So keep faith, keep hope, and know that you are on the precipice of amazing things. Love you all. I hope you enjoy this video. If it's helpful to you, please give it a like and a share. You guys know the drill. I will see you in the next video.